Good afternoon, everybody. I have to tell you, what a fantastic show. Uh, it was just a great joy to
Oh,
sit
can
and watch.
that's so
Oh my God.
pleasant.
Honestly, like to hear that, we're starting to hear what people
You
think
need
about
to
the
know
show.
that we haven't
We
seen it.
haven't seen it.
So when
And
people say this to us, we're like,
means
is it?
so much.
Are you sure?
And
well,
I like to explain the show as a joyride anyway. So
Yeah.
like the fact that you felt
Yeah.
joy watching it is just all we
well
can
let,
ask.
let me just say this: from track 1 to track 10 on the whole series, it's just so much fun, and to be able to sit there and to see this story of the Electric Mayhem, see it come alive, and see how you three come into the story, and how you just blend seamlessly in there. I mean, it was the best show I've seen this year, and
My God.
it is without a doubt the best show this year.
Oh my
I
goodness.
guess watching each episode and seeing you three interact with the Muppets and seeing how you bring the story to life. I gotta wonder, what was it like that first day you walk onto the set and all of a sudden you're looking across from you, you're interacting, you're co-starring with the Muppets. What's going through your minds as that's happening?
It was not real.
Yeah.
I pinched myself. I was just thrown in there. I don't know about you guys. Like I feel
No,
like
same.
Lily had a bit more prep. Taj and I might have been on the same page, but we were genuinely just thrown in
Was your
there.
first day my first day?
Yes, but we're
Yes.
behind. So my first day I didn't get to my scene.
Right.
So technically it was
It
the
was the
next
next
day,
day.
but I was so overwhelmed when I walked on that set because you have all these thoughts. You're like, oh my God, I love these characters. I grew up watching these characters. Now I'm in a show with these characters, but I have to do my job and not be freaking out. So
Yeah.
it was just, and then all the technical stuff, right? Like the sets are built differently. Uh, when you change coverage or have to turn around on an actor, floor has to be brought in to like shape the set again because we're 4 feet off the ground. Like it's just a lot.
Yeah,
Mhm.
to add, it was definitely a test of professionalism. You know, I walked on first day. My first scene was with all of the Muppets, so I didn't even get to ease into it. It was just like, boom,
That's a
here's all
bold
six.
start.
I know it was all of, and it was actually one of the most, I'm pretty sure, technically and equipment-wise expensive shots
Yes.
as well. It was like this
Is it in the
huge,
car?
no, it was a massive setup in the shack. And I remember being like, you're a professional, you know the lines. But the first couple takes actually was fumbling a bit because I was just so like, oh my God, I'm freaking out and I could fall off the stage. And then freaking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think technically it was just interesting to like there was a little bit of warning. They were like, by the way, like the sets are built like 3 to 4 feet up, like they move around. So there's just gonna be like little gaps sometimes. Just be careful. And obviously we were taken care of and safe and everything was great. But like it's just getting used to the fact that like there is a guy standing in a hole in the ground. And if you take one step further, you will be in the hole with him. Like, it's just like
Yeah.
you gotta be careful of
I
that
think
and
my first
understand.
week I had to do a scene where I had to sprint into the house and stop where the hole was. But obviously don't look like I'm stopping because there's a hole there. That was tricky. I'm not gonna lie. That was tricky.
Well, I mean, it was seamless. Your
Oh,
your
thank you, man.
your your interaction with them, your story development with them, it looks like they're real and you're actually doing it. And there's not that 4 foot hole in the ground that you got to avoid. I guess thinking about the fact that you're now the co-stars in the newest Muppet show that is coming out. Is there one piece of Muppet, whether television show or movie, from the past where you connected with first? Like that was your first experience to the Muppets? I mean, for
Yeah,
me,
definite.
the Muppet Babies as a kid. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, mine was Muppets Take Manhattan for sure.
yeah.
I've been told this doesn't count, but I think it does count. I was a little obsessed with Elmo growing up. Is Elmo count as?
I mean, it's a Muppet.
It's a Muppet.
Sesame Street.
Sometimes people go, that doesn't count, but
it's a part of the
Right.
world.
I see why
You know?
it doesn't count.
right.
Yeah, it's like it's not these guys, but it's part of the general
Right.
world.
Yes.
And I will also say, so I actually have had the pleasure. I was hosting an event one time, and I had a bit with Big Bird, so I had to come out with Big Bird, and this was years and years and years ago. and the person who was in that costume is on this show. And so we have met before years ago because he was in a Big Bird suit and I was on stage. And so we've had a lot of cool moments like that where I'm like, it's somewhere along the line in life in the past, I've met all of these people various times. And now we're getting to do the show, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think my first interaction with them was Sesame Street, just like as a kid. And I remember like Abby being one of my favorite characters. And like, I mean, everybody loves Elmo and Big Bird and all of and Cookie Monster. You know, these are just like iconic characters that you're with. But it's so cool to be working with characters that I was less familiar with or that weren't necessarily on like Sesame Street, but were more in like the films and TV shows. We can hear them in the other room right now. It's so fun. They're doing I can hear Animal just like it's so great. But yeah, I think that was my first interaction with them. My also, I guess, a first interaction was like through stories that my dad told me of like watching the Muppets growing up because he's from England. And so hearing the stories of him like seeing himself on screen for the first time because the Muppets offered him like this neutral space where like color didn't matter and it was just like characters that he could relate to and could see himself in. I think that's one of the first interactions I had with it. And so that was really special as well.
That's so powerful too.
That's awesome. That is, well, and that's, you know, I guess that's one of the things about the Muppets that makes them so beloved is that color does not matter, ability does not matter. It's for everybody. It's everyone can see themselves and can connect, and it's not gender specific or ethnicity specific. It's for everyone. And I guess, you know I'm going to run out of time here, but I've got to know one thing. Is there one favorite moment that really stands out to you? The shoot's over. Hopefully we're going to see a season 2. Is there something that just sticks in the back of your mind you remember from shooting that, was just the best part of your day?
I gotta say, getting to see these two beautiful ladies.
Get
Yeah.
No, they're so amazing. They're so fun to work with. They're so. Oh, I don't have to say that anymore.
I already paid you to
I
sing
thought you
in the
told me-
last one.
I thought you said the last one.
Take this joke. I'm gonna actually make it real. Yes, everyone asks us about the Muppets, and the Muppets are great, and I love them. I love them. I love them. But for me personally, and this is the answer only I can give, is that these two are OG seasoned actors, and so this is actually my first kind of bigger acting role. So to be able to learn from these two, and like to be in a space where I get to look at them and they make me feel so welcome and comfortable, like that was really cool for me. Anytime I was in also with scenes with them, I was like, I'm so grateful that I get to be along these two. And you guys can't give that answer, but I can.
Really?
Because they're seasoned OGs and I am not. So I was
Very
really
sweet. Thank you.
Well,
We love
I see it.
No.
I've got my cue there. My time is up. Thank you so much.
Thank
Congratulations.
you, and thanks for the kind words.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
That
You made
means
our
so
day.
Yeah.
You made our
I look
day.
to hearing season 2. That's hopeful.
Let's go.
Crossed.
Let's go.